Get one of those dumplings.
This is my favorite cuisine. FYI, dumplings and spring rolls. I could live off of them.
Amazing.
So I'm a happy gal today.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got a lot of stuff to get into. You're on a lot of
questions.
It's a brown seat, but it's a hot seat at the same time.
Yeah.
What in the world is going on between Robin and Karen? Because Karen's kind of dropping some hints that she thinks Robin's man, Juan, is attracted to her. Like, what's going on there?
Is that true? It was a little cause for pause for all of us. I hadn't heard that before at all.
So this is new.
Shocking, okay? Legitimately shocking. We did film the reunion last week, so there was definitely some unpacking that went on there. But it turns out that other people in the group have also heard that. So this was really just news to me, but other ladies in the group had heard something similar.
What do you think about it? Do you think there's any truth to it? Did you notice anything in their interaction?
That's the thing, is no, I didn't, because the event in question was after we filmed the reunion 2 seasons ago, I think, and we all were there together, hanging out together. Michael was there, Juan, Ray, everybody. So
and
I didn't
feel
see
the
that.
vibe.
Okay.
No, I didn't see that. And
Cool.
Juan left after like 5 minutes because they had to catch their train.
So you didn't think anything of it?
Not at all.
Well, one question I do have for you, actually, I watched the episode last night, and you apologized to Candace. I thought that was huge. I know she felt like it may or may not have been genuine.
Fair.
Have you all made up at this point, or are you still kind of between a rock and a hard place?
I would say it's not quite a rock. Like, it's not a hard place, but it's also not happy-go-lucky, gumdrops and lollipops
You're not
between
texting
us.
each other, hey, what's up, kind of deal.
Absolutely not. No, no, no.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, we did film the reunion, so there were some things that we discussed and that came to light. So, no, we still have a lot of work to do. A lot.
Here's my question. When you watch these shows back, does it feel as dramatic while it's happening? And when you see it through a fresh set of eyes, do you learn anything about your own behavior, things that you want to keep, things you want to change?
That's a really good question, Erin, because if you don't learn something about yourself watching the show, then you really don't belong on it.
There you go.
It is definitely a reflective period. But yeah, I get right back in the action. My heart starts beating again. I'm like, oh, like I'm
You
back in
remember
it.
those moments.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's part of the experience, is like, because it is so genuine and we are really being ourselves, we do feel transported back to that moment.
Yeah, and speaking of being yourselves, I know you kind of, I don't want to say you called out the trolls or the haters, but you went on TikTok because people had something to say about your dancing, then they had something to say about the green dress that you wore on Watch What Happens Live. And you started by saying, look, I don't even normally do this, sound off on these things, but you felt the need to address it head on. Why?
I did it for a number of reasons. First of all, the dress was custom made for me by Riley Knox.
Yes.
Oh, we love Riley. We're huge supporters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I felt like it wasn't fair to her and her creation for people to be bashing this dress that I loved.
And you look stunning in it, first of all.
I think it's jealous. They were green with envy.
Hey, babe, you know.
Because everybody can't wear that dress.
I mean, and it was for me. It's my taste.
Yeah. And
also, I do want people to embrace who they are, not feel pressure to succumb to what other people think about them. So that's part of the reason that I made that.
What was the main issue with the dress?
People thought it was too short. They didn't like the chains, X, Y, and Z, but your girl loved it.
And you rocked it. And you looked
I
fine.
think that's why they weren't wearing it. Like, if you don't like it, don't wear it.
Right.
I want to get you on something, too, because one of our coworkers asked me about this before I came out. Are you and Luke still dating, or is it really over?
It's so complicated.
Are we in a situationship?
Oh, we're friends. So, you know, I was in Minnesota this past weekend.
Right.
And you had to drag brunch. You weren't there for no reason, right?
Yeah, so initially, while Luke and I were dating, we sort of planned his beer launch to be when I was in Minneapolis for the drag show.
Okay.
Yeah, so then when we stopped being romantic, it was like, ugh. But we were staying in the same hotel and everything, so, you know, it was kind of like we were going to see each other, which we did. And I did go to his beer launch, and his mom and sister came to my drag show, and Lindsay from Summer House. Yeah, and I love them. I love them. They're great people.
Okay, so we'll just leave this as
I'm like dating his family.
with caution.
Yeah, it's just so complicated. There's a whole lot in there.
I feel like it could come back together at the end, but for now, we see where it goes.
If that's what Ashley wants, if that's what you want, you like it, I love it.
But here, I mean, it's not as though I'm not enjoying my life, okay?
Oh, I know you're enjoying it.
There are other suitors. Okay, so I'm having a good old time.
I feel like your Valentine's Day is going to be filled with a lot of flowers and gifts.
Well, I've decided to just spend Valentine's Day with my kids. I was going to do like a Galentine's Day, but I'm just going to do it with my kids.
But, okay, can we switch gears for 1 second? I love that you're celebrating Valentine's Day with the kids. I have so many questions because my best friend Juan is a huge fan of yours. How did you get into these drag shows that you're hosting? Because people are loving them.
Okay, so it turns out that people who are on RuPaul's Drag Race also love Real Housewives.
Yes, they do.
They actually just did a show on Friday where Karen, one of the queens, dressed up as Karen, okay?
Yes.
And my publicist, Corey, he works with a lot of the queens, and so we had this idea to bring it all together.
It's genius.
And I'm doing I have added shows. I'm doing like 8 shows.
Okay,
That's
well,
only
sounds
6.
good. You're booked and busy.
I know, my voice is gone because we had a little bit of fun yesterday, Sasha Cassadine and me.
That's awesome. I think it's good, too, that you're combining both franchises in a way. It makes a lot of sense.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all love the drama.
You got it. And just a reminder, you can catch new
Thank you.
episodes of The Real Housewives of Potomac Sunday nights on Bravo.
Yeah.